Hey everyone, it's Hopper and it's time to get back on trail. Here I am at mile 833 on the PCT headed southbound. It was great in Crater Lake and Mazama Village, but the trail continues. And here's a little tidbit. So hikers have this thing about painting their fingernails. It's a hiker thing. I don't know, maybe it's something just to keep our minds occupied. So for the first time on trail, I decided to actually do it. There was a trail angel who was making breakfast burritos and had nail polish, so of course, I painted my nails and I went with pink. Why pink? Same reason I got this pink ribbon right here, because I'm hiking for the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. And remember, together we can beat breast cancer. But for now, hike on. Well, we are finally leaving Crater Lake National Park. Here's an interesting thing. Yeah, no hunting, but no mushroom picking? I've never seen that before. We are now entering what is reported to be 7 miles of burn area, so there's a lot of exposure to the sun. But luckily, I've got my sun umbrella. Hey,
How are you?
good, we're cheering for you. Good luck, man, appreciate it. You got it. Okay, so if you didn't recognize those people, that's okay. One of them, I'm not sure who it is, but it's the pacer. And the other one is a guy named Carl, and he's a Belgian dentist. And he is currently on the PCT trying to set a fastest known time record for a supported ultra runner. So ultra running is a little different than backpacking, but it's definitely an athletic feat. And yeah, we wish him the best. Hopefully he sets the record. Well, considering the late start, it still ended up being a 21.6 mile day. I got my tent here, got a pretty good overlook here, got a couple of the other guys in the background, and but yeah, it's hard to believe. I got only about 300 miles left until finishing the PCT. This is what one day on the trail will do to your feet. I mean, these feet were actually clean this morning. Oh well. This is the Douglas B. Finch Scenic Overlook. The scenic overlook and the small lake to the southwest are named in memory of Douglas B. Finch, who lived from 1910 to 1968. He was a fire control officer in the Rogue River National Forest. He was held in highest esteem by those privileged to know and work with him for his deep concern for the protection and management of this area, his devotion to duty, and his unselfish service to others. Oregon is definitely not without its share of blowdowns. And the huckleberries are starting to come into season down here in Oregon. Yummy. And after 13-mile water carry, we are really close to getting some water. And here's the water, but rumor has it that some crazy old lady actually was pooping near the water. So you're gonna wanna get your water way up by the source. Yep, you gotta get up in the weeds, but it's better that than to get E. coli. Well, today was a pretty good day. Ended up being a 25.9 mile day, but as I got to the end of my trail where I was going to camp, I realized I was really close to Fish Lake Resort, and it's Saturday, and Saturdays are prime rib, so yeah, I decided to splurge and get some prime rib. Plus there's salad and bread and everything good. A hiker can't be expected to live off of ramen and mashed potatoes alone.
Hey, good morning. Well, this place is called the Fish Lake Resort, but it's really more of a campground that has a restaurant and a resupply place. The owners are very hiker friendly. In fact, they let us camp here for free. But one of the main reasons why I came here is yesterday I actually had a slight accident. Now, when I was in the state of Washington, I rolled my ankle probably about 10 times. And here in Oregon, I was actually pretty stoked because I hadn't rolled my ankle yet. And well, yeah, after 360 miles in Oregon, I finally rolled my right ankle, and I was just it hurt. It hurt a lot. But the big thing wasn't just the rolled ankle, but it's when I fell onto my left side. I think I landed on some rocks or something because, and this is somewhat embarrassing, but my left buttock is just sore. Like the muscle is really sore. It hurts. So I just need to come here and just rest for a bit. I'm hoping I might get back on trail later today, but if I have to spend 2 nights, then I spend 2 nights. But yes, sometimes on trail it's just the small injuries that just kind of add up. But yeah, I definitely need the rest for now, and I can already tell it's getting better. So hopefully I might get back on trail today.
Well, after resting, it's time to get back on trail. It is about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's a hot day. I think the local temperature is like 104. So, yeah, hopefully the afternoon shade will make it a little bit easier. Okay, so it's about a 2 mile hike or hitch down to the Fish Lake. And well, I'm a guy and we never get picked up, or it's very rarely. In fact, as a woman, you're 10 times more likely to get picked up because, you know, as a woman, you look better, but we're all hikers, so we all kind of stink. But the drivers don't realize that until they pick us up. So I am back here at the trailhead, which is right behind me. So I had to walk the 2 miles, but right here from Bristol, England is this is Twigs, and I'll bet you she'll be picked up like within minutes, if not like instamatically. But for me, I gotta get back on trail and hike on. Hey, good evening. All right, so in just under 4 hours, we made just over 10 miles. So not bad, I guess, considering it didn't start till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. But I'm here at a shelter, but there are some pretty bad stories about that place. There's rats, it's dingy, it's dirty. But right behind me there, that yellow thing, that's the water source. That's the main reason for coming here. And there are two other hikers here. We got Zookeeper and Costanza. So I'm not alone, and yeah, none of us are staying inside the shelter. But all right, tomorrow should be a good day. Hey, good morning. Well, last night was way better. My butt bruise is healing up slowly, which makes it much more of a comfortable evening. Plus, also it was warm, so I only slept in my sleeping bag liner and didn't even use my sleeping bag other than as a pillow. Um, but these two Italian hikers came into camp shortly after dark. They went into the cabin. Of course, they told me this morning, and they saw the rat. It was like Gershak, the Vermin King. It was this 1 foot long rat. It was just huge, and so they also camped outside in their tents. But it's supposed to be 107 degrees today in Ashland, which is the nearest main city. So it's going to be a hot day. So gotta hydrate. Goodbye, Rogue River. Well, it says the spring is in 345 feet, but if it's 107 degrees today, it is definitely not spring. This is definitely summer. But since I'm out of water, I'm definitely going to get some water at the spring. We've arrived at the pipe spring, and I'm not the only person here getting it. So, all right, time to hydrate on. Well, it seems like just 2 days ago we were celebrating 800 miles. And only like 4 days ago that we were celebrating 700 miles when I took that little detour into Elk Lake. But now we're at 900 miles southbound. You know, it just like the time just flies and the miles just fly by. But it'll be worth it, especially if we can reach that goal for the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. You know, we're only $135 from the goal. We're currently at $1,015, thanks to a donation from a couple of PCT hikers. So, yep, step by step, closer by closer, we're getting to that goal. After seeing the totally enclosed aqueduct in Southern California, this open one is really different. but it's definitely got a lot of good water in it. Just down the road at mile 904 is a place called Clume's Landing. There are picnic tables for taking a nice shaded lunch break, and in that blue building right behind me, there are hot showers, toilets, electricity for charging your electronics, and even trash cans for lightening your load. And all it costs is $4 for day use. That's $4 well spent. So what makes a day even better? Having a couple stop in their car and give you an apple. Fresh fruit on trail is amazing. And one of the best parts was one of the occupants was a breast cancer survivor. So yeah, it was really great. And of course, you know, she noticed the pink ribbon, so we had a long conversation. But yeah, it's good to be on trail, and the trail community is amazing. Hey, good evening. Well, I'm camped here at mile 913, making it a 22.1 mile day. Of course, I probably would have put a few more miles in, but I stopped there at Clume Landing and had that great shower and a very relaxed lunch. Definitely recommend. But I'm going to show you something here on my tent. Remember I said I had a slight malfunction? Well, it's not so slight anymore. Okay, so this is the screen to my door. However, the zipper malfunction, oh yeah, it just doesn't work. And there was only one of them. Now I got two of them. But I have had this tent for about 6 years, so it doesn't really keep the mosquitoes out anymore. I can pick 2 points where it can connect. So, oh well. I'll just have to get it fixed after I get off trail. I just stopped in here for dinner at Callahan's Lodge and Restaurant. Just for the restaurant, happy hour between 3 and 6, Monday through Friday, half price appetizers. So yeah, I think I got like 4 appetizers, and it was good, but I gotta get back on trail. I totally concur with this. It is extremely hot and dry out there. Hey, good evening. Well, you can see I got my tent there. There's a few other tents in the background and one more right there if you look closely through the trees. But yeah, wow, it was another hot day, but still not too bad. So I went to Callahan's, and Callahan's is typically the gateway to get to Ashland. And everyone says you got to go to Ashland, but Ashland can be a vortex. It's like, you know, the Hotel California, you can check out, but you can never leave. So I have enough food to make it all the way to Sayet Valley, so I opted to skip going into Ashland. So yeah, I can almost taste the end of the trail right now. So yeah, 28.7 miles. I just wasn't really trying to do it, but it just kind of happened. So yeah, it was definitely a good day. Hey, morning everyone. Yesterday afternoon, I got a cellular signal, and I saw on the fundraising page for the Breast Cancer Research Foundation that we not only met our goal of $1,150, but we exceeded it. In fact, we just got two very generous donations at the end, and we're up to 1165, which is great. You know, we broke the goal. And I was trying to withhold, you know, my energy, because I was figuring, okay, how am I going to tell you guys, hey, you know, we met the goal, it's awesome. And so last night I did match the goal, so I put an additional $1,150 in there, so we are 2,315. So I do want to say thank you so much to everyone out there. for your generosity, the trail community, family, friends, everyone. You guys are great. And I was gonna be this great news, but I woke up this morning. I got a message. My friend Julie, my good friend Julie, has been fighting breast cancer for over 8 years. She lost the battle. She died yesterday. I got the notice this morning. Julie was the kind of person that just had this smile all the time. She was always cheerful and energetic, and I mean, you couldn't help but just to be happy when you were around her. She was just such a great person. She leaves her husband and 2 kids, and it's sad. It's devastating for the world to lose someone like Julie. She's such an amazing person, and she was one of the motivations for taking up the cause for the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. But it's just one battle. It's one battle, and we're gonna win the war against cancer. So even though we achieved our goal in the fundraising, the battle's not over yet. It sucks to lose people, especially good people, and so I don't know. I just don't have a lot of motivation today. I don't know. I think I'm less than 20 miles from the California border, but I don't know. It just may be a short day. I just don't feel the energy. I need Julie here to cheer me up like she always does, you know. Julie, I don't know if they have internet and YouTube in heaven, but thank you so much for being my friend. We'll miss you. But we're going to continue the fight, and we're going to keep fighting until we beat breast cancer and all cancers. All right, I better get back on trail, but we miss you, Julie, and everyone. Never miss an opportunity to tell the people you care about just how you feel. Hang in there, and we're going to win this war. Cancer. All right, everyone. Well, bad day got even worse. I'm here with Down Under, and we got some word that there are mandatory evacuations in Sayad Valley due to the head fire, which means to go further would be just, what do you say, stupid? Yeah, stupid.
Dangerous, stupid, yeah.
Yeah, so now I get to turn around and gonna try to get a hitch around the fire. So that's the plan. I like getting tan, but I do have my limits. Well, Down Under and I were heading northbound for a little bit, being no-bow hikers, but this nice guy was doing a trail run and offered to give us a ride back to Callahan's, and that'll hopefully get us around the fire.